Hi everyone, this is Jim. I'm putting out this video just to let you know, or mainly just to let you know that I'm going to be away from my desk for a few days traveling, and so I won't be uploading any videos for the next few days. I should be back early next week, and some more videos will be downloaded then. So anyway, just to give you something to think about here, and a little chess content with this video besides the brief announcement. There was this interesting position that occurred in a rapid game that I played recently, and I have the black pieces here, and I make a typical kind of mistake that I make here, which is I play some moves without fully thinking them through. There's kind of a mistake a couple moves away. But what I was thinking was I wanted to try and get in this move f5, and the knight's in the way. And knight to h5 is a tempting move here. Of course, the knight from h5 could go to f4, which would be a nice square, except that I expect after knight h5, he's probably going to move the knight, and then the bishop will be able to take my knight, and then my knight will just be sitting here kind of exposed. But then I realized, oh, I can play this move f4, and then he won't be able to play, I can play f5, and then he won't be able to so easily play g4 and chase my knight away. I have the pawn and the bishop on it. So that was about as far ahead as I thought, and I played knight h5. He went knight f1 as I expected, and I played f5. And this f5 move is a real blunder, so if you want to pause the video here, this would be a good time to think about it, see if you can figure out why it's a blunder. Okay, I'm going to give the answer away now. First of all, I was planning to take back with the bishop when he took here. And then I realized that, of course, he can just play g4 now. Oh, I didn't put that on. There. I just take with the bishop. He can play g4 now and fork those two pieces, and that just just wins material. So that's a big mistake to take, and I realized that during the game. But now that I had to think about this move, pawn takes, I realized there was a drawback with that move as well. And so if you saw this, give yourself some credit. What I noticed during the game was that if I take back, which I eventually did because I couldn't find anything better, that my knight here is now loose. This pawn, which was defending the knight, is is no longer defending the knight. It got drawn away to take back over here because I couldn't take with the bishop. Originally, I was planning to take with the bishop, like I said, so I didn't have to worry about this. But now that I got to the situation, I realized I have to take back with the pawn, and now this knight is loose, and he can exploit that by he gets basically a free move with this knight, and because it unleashes an attack. And the idea that I had during the game, and what I thought the problem was knight takes e5. Now it turns out this is not so much of a problem because, well, I can take the knight. Let's see, he can't take my knight right away because his bishop is hanging here, but say he trades off the bishop and then he takes my knight. What happens is at the end of this pawn is hanging and I can take that pawn. So I don't actually lose material on this line. So what I was thinking during the game was not correct. There is a problem with this move there's a problem with this f5 move, and it has to do with e takes f5, g takes f5, and it has to do with the fact that this knight is loose here. So here's a second chance. If you found that knight takes e5 resource, that's give yourself partial credit for that. But there's actually a better move for white here. So see with those clues if you can find the best moves for white here. I guess it's a sequence of moves. So instead of thinking of just a single move, think of a couple of moves that white could play. Okay, with that clue, I hope maybe some of you found this. I didn't find this until after the game. It's funny, I went through the whole game not realizing this was there. But, well, this f5 move did a second thing. It also opened up this diagonal towards my king. And so he can play bishop b3 check. And now I don't really have any good reply to this other than to put my king in the corner. And now the knight, instead of using its free move, basically it's a free move because of the attack on my knight here, instead of using it to capture a pawn, it can actually go to g5 here. And on g5, it's threatening to come to f7, and my knight's still hanging, so it's basically a dual threat. It's a threat of losing a piece, and there's a threat of losing the exchange, and I can't deal with both of them. The best move here is for me to save the piece, and then he just comes in with knight f7 check. I take, bishop takes, and he just wins the whole exchange. So that's how white could have gotten an advantage in this game. And it all started with this move f5. So anyway, let's put this sequence back on the board, f5, and then yeah, this is the starting position of the tactic, and it starts with pawn takes, then bishop b3 check, and then finally knight g5, exploiting my loose knight. So a pretty nice tactic. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Bye.